Okay, the first question here, the 10th root of 256, okay. The 10th root of 256, it's meaning that 2 power by anything of them, okay. Type 2 times what gives me 8? 2 power by what gives me 8? It may be 7 or 8, because I have the choices, all of the choices 8 or 7. Okay, so I will try. 2 power by 3 is 8, okay, and 2 power by 3 again is 8, which is known thing يعني, and 2 power خلاص. Now I have 6, so 2 power by 2 again, which is 4. So 8 times 8, which is 64. 64 times 4, they are equal 256, to be sure from my answer, okay. So it's meaning that it's 2 power by 8. So the 10th root of 2 power by 8, okay, when we have a number under the radical and a number in the up of the radical, it's meaning 2 power by 8 over 10, okay, which is the same like 2 power by 0.8. So the answer will be 2 power by 0.8. Okay, here what number is divisible by 8 and 9 and 12 and without a remainder, okay. We can get this question by two methods. The first method that we can get is LCM, okay, which is meaning that we will multiply the lowest two numbers, which is 8 times 9 equals 72, okay, and 72 it can divide it by 8, by 9, and also by 12, okay. So we will take it as a LCM. Okay, طيب. How can we choose one of them? That we will multiply 72 by first numbers, which is the least one. I have here 765, 864, 873. So I will multiply it by 10. For example, it will be 720. It's not right. 72 times 11, it will be 792. It's not right. And 72 times 12, which is 864. So I can take the choice which is B. Okay. Okay, the other method that we can use, the divisibility rules, okay, which is by 8. I have a rule which is I will choose the number, okay, that the last two digits divided by 8, like this one, 864, but I should have the hundreds is even number, and the last two digits it can divide it by 8, so it can here. 9, I will take the same number. To know that it's divided by 9 or no, I will add the digits, okay, which is 18. So 18 it can divide it by 9, so I can take it. 12, it should be divided by 3 and 4, because 3 times 4 is 12, okay. So by 3 I should add it the same number, which is 18, and 18 can divide by 3, it's okay. And 4, I will look to the final two digits, okay, like 8, but it shouldn't the hundreds be even or odd. Yeah, I will look only for the final two digits. 64, it can divide it by 4, so I can take it, okay. So the only number that it can divide by 8 and 9 and 12 without remainder, it's 864. Okay, here to form a square we need 4 sticks. How many sticks do we need to form 9 adjacent squares? Okay, right. It's according to the shape I will use. For example, here square, it's meaning that I have 4 sides, okay. So I will use rule which is less than it by 1, يعني 3n, okay, and then adding 1 in here, which is number of the shapes, okay. So 3, I will use 9, يبقى 3 times 9 plus 1, it will be 27 plus 1, which is 28. So I will use 28 sticks, okay. طيب, if I have triangle, for example, I have triangles beside each other, I will use the rule which is less than it by 1, يعني 2n plus 1, and the same. If I will use hexagon board, the same, it will be 5n plus 1, and so on. The ranks of the ladder can be divided into groups of 4, 6, or 8 ranks. How long will the shortest ladder be? To get the shortest one, which is meaning LCM, okay? To get LCM, I will multiply the smallest or the two smaller numbers, like 4 times 6. It will be 24. 24, it can divide it by 4, it can divide it by 6, and it can divide it else by 8, which the three numbers I have, okay? So it's meaning that the LCM or the shortest ladder, it will be 24. Okay, here we have 5 over square root of 7 times 7 over square root of 5. It's very easy. I have this one like this, numbers, okay, these numbers, and then I will multiply this by this and this by this. 5 times 7, which is 35, and square root of 7 times square root of 5, it will be square root of 35, okay? Okay, any proper number like 35, it's meaning that it's squaring of the radical of it, squaring of the radical of it. يعني 35, for example, here it's meaning square root of 35 times square root of 35. So when I divide a proper number of over the radical of it will give me the radical of it the same. Okay, so the answer will be radical 35. Next one here I have 2 power by 33 times 5 power by 30 over 10 power by 30, okay? To solve the powers in any fractions, we should have the same basics. Basics, which is like this one, like this one, like this one, okay? Here, we can't make them the same basics. So what we will do, we will try to get common numbers between them. In 10 power by 30, I will break it down into, up it will be the same, and down it will be 2 times 5, and here I have powering by 30, so 30 here and 30. يعني it's meaning that I will divide it into 2 and 5, okay? Power by 30 and power by 30 is the same. طيب. So this one is like this one, okay? طيب, and then خلاص, now I have the same basic here, and division or dividing of the powers, it's meaning subtracting of them. So 32 minus 30, okay, and this one it will cancel with this one. So 2, it's not 32, it's 33, okay? So 33 minus 30, which is meaning 2 power by 3, which is 8. So the answer will be 8. Next one here is the same idea, which is meaning that I should have the same basics to solve it. Okay, so here we have 3 power by 12, it will be the same, okay? The problem which is here, divided by negative 7, power by negative 7. I will convert the division to multiply and cancel the negative. It will be positive, okay? So the step here, which is I will convert the division to multiply and negative 7 to 7. Over down it will be the same, 3 power by 10 times 2 power by 9. And now I have the same basics, so I can solve them with each other. 3 with 3, it will be 3 power by 12 minus 10, subtracting the powers, times the same here, 2 and 2, which is meaning 2 power by 7 minus 9. It will be 3 power by 2 times 2 power by negative 2, because it's 7 minus 9, and so on. 3 power by 2, which is 4, and 2 power by negative 2, sorry, it's not 4, it's 3 power by 2, which is 9, and 2 power by negative 2, it will be 1 over 4, because it's negative, so it's meaning it's denominator, so it will be 9 over 4, the answer, which is this one, A. Next one here, it's near to it. Same idea, left fractions over each other. 10 power by negative 5 over 10 power by negative 2. The same I will do. I will subtract the powers. Okay, but subtracting or adding the powers, it's according it's division or multiplying. Here I have division, so I will subtract the powers. But I should have the same basic, okay? So it will be 10 powered by negative 5 minus subtracting negative 2, which is meaning 10 powered by negative 5 plus 2, it will be 10 powered by negative 3. So the answer will be 10 powered by negative 3. Next one here, squaring. Okay, how to multiply the squaring. If I have a square up and down, I can solve them with each other, like this one plus square root of 9 over square root of 3. I can make the radical as a common, like this one, and the same here, 9 over 3. Okay, and then get the answer, 6 over 2, which is 3, and 9 over 3, which is 3, and now I have radical 3 plus radical 3, which is 2 radical 3. So the answer will be 2 radical 3. Next one, I have multiplying of fractions. How to do that? I will convert the decimals to fractions to be easier, okay? So this one, it's meaning 1 over 2 over 10 times the same here, 4 over 2 over 10 times the same here, 50 over 2 over 10. خلاص. Now I have tens in all of them, okay, which is meaning that I will use the rule that it's denominator of denominator, it's numerator. What's meaning of that? Denominator of denominator will be numerator, يعني I will take it up, okay, so it's meaning 1 times 10 over 2, and here the same, I will take it up, so 4 times 10 over 2, and the same here, I will take it up, so 50 times 10 over 2, okay, and so on. 10 over 2, which is 5, times 10 over 2, which is 5 times 4, it will be 20, and here the same 10 over 2, which is 5 times 50, it will be 250, and then multiply them by each other. I have here 0 and 0, I will put it the same, okay, and 2 times 5, which is 10, so I have another 0, and then I will put the 25, okay, to be easier in multiplying. Here I have a number that is divisible by 7 but not divisible by 4. طيب, how to get this number? Okay, I will use the which I said before, divisibility rules, okay, it's very important to study them, okay. To divide by 4, I will look to the last 2 digits, okay. طيب, so here where is the last 2 digits? I will look for which one it's not divided by 4, okay, يعني all of them they can divide it by 7 but they're not divided by 4, so I will look for them, okay. 20 it can divide it by 4, 84 it can divide it by 4, I will look only to the last 2 digits. I have 85 and 83, okay. طيب, I will look for them. Okay, now I have 2 numbers, which is these numbers that they can't divide it by 4, okay, because here it's final by 85 and here it's final by 83, okay, so I should take one of them. How can I choose one of them? By the rule of 7, okay. 7 to divide it by 7, I will double the last digit, okay, and then subtract it from the remaining of the number, okay. So here I will do the same, I will double 5, but it will be 5 times 2, and then subtract it from the remaining of the number, which is 38. So 38 times 10, it will be 28 it can divide it by 7. طيب, the other one here, I will double the 3, it will be 6, and subtract it from the remaining, okay, which is 38. So 38 minus 6, it will be 32. 32 it can't divide it by 7. خلاص. فأنا عايزة number that it can't divide it by 4, it's right, and it divided by 7. It divided by 7, which is which one? Which is 385. Because it can't divide it by 4, okay, and it can divide by 7. I can't take this one because it can't divide by 4 and it can't divide by 7. لا أنا عايزة رقم أو النمبر it can divide by 7 and it can't divide by 4. ناخد بالنا جدا من حتة it's divisible or not divisible. Okay. Okay, thank you very much for listening.